Let's get this figured out. This rug gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And as you see right now, we're going all out skate club today, changing speeds. Gonna get into a little bit of that, a few other things, but yeah, for the most part, we'll get into this running game a little bit. I know most of my stuff is passing, and all the other stuff. Get into a little bit of this running game. We're gonna pay some respects to my guy right here.
Hey, you guys want a shot to be in front of 32,000 people and send Vinny Varsity back to JV? Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I just got out of a one-on-one session with Coach DC 404. Go check him out on YouTube if you don't know who that is, and I can't believe you don't know who that is if you don't. But let me tell you this, guys. Anybody that wants to smoke, put the how we doing in the chat. We're going to play a game, and we're going to see who's JV and who's varsity. You guys want the shot? You want a shot? Put the how we doing in the chat. We're going to find out right now. How we doing, buddy?
Man, much respect to my guy, Vinny Varsity, man. We had a great session, man. This guy is like a guy's brain that you want to pick from a business level, man. This guy has seen a lot, done a lot, knows a lot, man. Looking for a great collab coming up with this guy, man. Much respect to my guy. Yep. So yeah, man, as y'all see me, right here out, just cutting it up a little bit. And the thing that I think we got to understand, or this is going to sound weird when I say it, is that the defense or the defensive players pursue you at the speed you're running. So if you slow down, their pursuit of you, as long as they're in front of you, their pursuit of you actually slows down. As long as they're in front of you, it's a proven fact. If you run faster, they pursue you faster. You run slower, they pursue you slower. And so you have to understand that by changing speeds, a lot of times you can kind of shake yourself loose. You can get yourself up into the teeth of the defense, into the second level where the linebackers are. And I mean, that is where the fun begins, because now, it's time to get with a little bit of the footwork. And really, it's more so the toggling between L2 and R2. As L2 is like the brakes and R2 is the accelerator. I mean, if you know that much, then the hezzies kind of run together. You have to just know a little bit of L2 and maybe a lot more of R2 is going to create a certain pace, and vice versa. And so you have to understand that when you're approaching the hole, sometimes you can stop him right there in the tracks, get that little bend back, little hezzy right there. And like I said, that's L2, R2. It's really not much in terms of stick movement, if you know about the stick pressure and all that kind of stuff. If you don't, you know where you need to go. And that would be to CoachDC404.com, the one-stop shop in fixing your Madden game. You want to play Madden, you want to play football. Now, the reason why I'm showing you interception is because this stuff is universal. Watch the change, watch the slow down right here, up. Yeah, and then speed back up. It's just knowing it's not always just a pop or a pop of the R2 or L2. Sometimes it's a slight squeeze, and then you may have to start the other one as you're releasing one. So as you're releasing L2, you may be engaging R2 just a little bit more with your change of direction, and it will propel you into that next change of direction that you seek if you can time it out, and get these mechanics down. And so in every situation is really about, sometimes you have to take it, nice and slow into the crevice and into the teeth of the defense, between the tackles, and just take your time a little bit. Again, as you see the slower I run between the tackles, the less that it seems like the guys in front of me and around me pursue me. It's that's why they say don't hit speed burst or don't hit, turbo as soon as you get the ball, because you're creating block sheds, and that is true. So if by laying off of it, you make the blocking engagements last a little bit longer because it's taking you a little bit longer to get to the hole. But you're allowing your blocks to develop, and you're allowing your offensive linemen to actually lean onto the defense and not just brush up against them. A lot of times the block sheds occur because we are hitting R2, and so when we hit R2 is we're trying to run faster, but run past our offensive linemen at a faster pace. And when that happens, that means less of an engagement. The sheds are going to happen a little bit quicker. I know I went all the way around the world with that, but yeah. And so it's really about patience. It's about knowing and understanding the change of direction that the guy you're controlling has. So like here, when you see me make that cut, that's letting up off of the L2, going to R2, kind of going naked right there, leaving both off until you need it. And so as you see that fatigue meter, which gets progressively slower as you run down the field, as you use turbo, you see that, the little orange meter or yellow meter start to get to go away as you use it more. And so sometimes when you're in the open field, especially if you have another level or you have to get past a safety or somebody, the best thing to do when you're in the open field for a second is to kind of let up off of both, so that you can replenish that stamina a little bit and hold it, just so when you need to turn the corner, so that you'll have more, you can gun it a little bit more as you get to the edge. It's about, being really smart with it, playing chess, not checkers with it. Sometimes if you have that fast guy, yeah, you can gun it. But the thing is, when you gun it, you're bringing the defense with you. And so once again, you see, as my pace, the defense kind of measures your pace, especially if they're in front of you. I can't say that enough without, yeah. So you just have to kind of be cognizant and very aware of that as you approach the hole, as you're trying to attack the bubble and deciding where you're going to make, your first one cut or your first cutback, into the lane if the outside is cut off, if that's where you're trying to go. And so right there, you see the little mini hesitations right there. That's just simple little inflections of L2 and R2 with movement, kind of timed out. And as you start to do it, you'll start to see that, anytime that you're making a cut, you probably are going to want to add just a little bit of L2 to it, because what it's doing is it's slowing your feet down. And of course, you're going to get better change of direction the slower your feet are moving. Sometimes, everybody doesn't have the agility to make that super fast one cut. You have to, slow roll it right there. You see that little kick step right there, just a nice little slow roll to let the blocker engage a little bit more. See, if I had gunned it through there, he would have slipped right off the block and hit me before I got, 5 yards at that point. So at that point, it was me having awareness enough to slow down to let the block engage. See right there? Yeah, just let that block engage. Sometimes you need to slow down, give your blocker a chance. Sometimes we're trying to run past them too fast because we get so excited when we see daylight. So look at that right there. Yep, nice slow down, able to put that foot in the ground, nice jump cut, and it comes with just timing and actually just really having an understanding of the move. Vicious 1-2 right there. And so once again, it's simple inflections, L2, R2, plus the movement. I see some guys who do use the juke stick, and they're really proficient at it, and I like it. It's just not really the way I move. I'm more of a left stick guy, and just I'm gonna kind of use my hezzies and my stick pressure to kind of keep me north and south. I'm not really with the oohs and ahs kind of moves. I'm just gonna make the basic north and south moves, but it's gonna look smooth. Right there. I'm gonna put my foot in the ground and understanding how to shift your weight, by using the stick pressure with leaning left and right. And as you come up out of the cuts, if you're adding the R2 to your cuts, then it's just going to make it faster. See right there, just slowing down just a little bit. Let that blocker get out in front. Let him do his job. Once he gets out in front, take your time. And then once you break through to the second level, you're going to have points where you're going to be able to hit, the speed burst for, maybe shorter periods of time. But you'll start to see as you start to string those moves together like one after another, and kind of how to set them up. You'll start to see like this is a really, really, really like in-depth kind of running game on this game. You know, despite all the flaws that the game does have, the running game is the one super A+ I will give it, because this is the best the running game has ever been. For me, that's not even up to debate, simply because of the movement and how you're able to control and put that foot in the ground with all that just relative smoothness right there. And then, you know, that high chest, you know, high knees, you know, look up at the Jumbotron. Never actually look back over your shoulder. Yeah, that's what you tell guys. Look up at the Jumbotron. If somebody's chasing you, you're going to feel them first, and then just look up, see how close they are. You look back, you get caught. Yeah. And if you're slow, you're going to get caught anyway. But you know what it is. So it's really about the patience when you get the ball. When you attack the hole, you want to have patience. So right there, you see, watch the patience. Let up right there. And then, you know, bob and weave a little bit and then reapply right here. So now, you know, I have a lot left in the tank to run away from this guy who's probably faster than me, you know, to be honest. And so it's really about knowing how to use the speed burst and how to apply it and take it off and reapply it and make a move and slow down and speed up. You're gonna have to really use your user vision. See right there, once again, and then it's really, and knowing how to let up off of the speed burst, or knowing how to slow yourself down as you get to the sidelines, and then you'll be able to actually really bend those corners like that. I mean, that right there, that is crazy to be able to get to the sideline in that manner and bend the corners. You see that little juke step right there? See, that's the little As soon as you get it, you know, I'm looking, searching for the bubble, searching for that gap. Once I see the gap, turn left. Yeah, once you turn left, this, to me, running on this game is kind of like playing with it's like the left thumbstick. Use it like it's a mouse. You want to keep it a little bit clicked in. Yep. So, man, anyway, man, y'all go over there to Coach DC 404, man. Get those virtuals, buy that merch, man. Hood codes, man. Get some customized gear. It is your boy, Coach DC 404.